Hillary Clinton now says that it is proof that President Bush's economic plan is not working for America. The fact, of course, are these, that millions of jobs have been added to this economy under this president. But no matter, is Hillary right or off the range? Good morning. I'm Neil Cavitto. It's good to have you. Let's get the bottom line, shall we? From Ben Stein and Laura Schwartz and Charles Payne, along with Tracy Burns, Ben Ferguson, and Lee Gallagher. Tracy, to you, bad news everywhere.
This is another attempt from the Democrats to try to wipe out years of strong economic growth. The fact of the matter is we have added 82 million jobs since August of 2003. There have been 47 consecutive...
82 million? That's not right.
Since August of 2000...
So.
I'm sorry, 8.2 million.
I was going to say.
I'm over-optimistic.
Usually I'm not paying attention during the show, but even that one shocked me. But go ahead. 47
consecutive months of jobs have been added. So we have this one bad month, and if you look at the numbers, a lot of that job loss is from the construction industry. So this has nothing to do with Bush and his economic plan. His plan actually has done wonders for the American people.
Well, Ben Stein, now there was not much talk about the 47 prior months of respectable growth. Now the focus is on the 1 month and what it presages for the economy. What do you think?
Well, I think it presages more and more politics. I mean, it's just politics. The statistics show very clearly that the Bush economic programs have been a huge success, although far more so for the rich than for the non-rich. But the idea that Hillary would say anything but criticism of Bush is kind of silly. I mean, she's a politician. She's not an economist. She's not a statistician. She's a politician. We should expect political partisanship from her, and that's what we got.
Charles Payne, usually when politicians do this sort of thing, it has been difficult in prior economic rounds to say it because, as Ben says, you've had some pretty good economic news supporting you. Does it give opponents now a chance to sort of seize on data like this and then really leverage it?
Well, you know what? I kind of disagree with Ben in the sense that we can't take her seriously about this, because once she puts it out there, she has to formulate a plan. Okay, you know what? If his plan didn't work, what's your plan? Well, her plan is higher taxes, more regulation. If you think one bad jobs report after 4 or 5 years is going to hurt us, imagine what that's going to do to corporate America. So I really worry about people jumping on a bandwagon like this, particularly Hillary. We saw it, of course, last month when the stock market finally pulled back. That was also indicative of a poor presidency, although we missed several thousand points on the upside too. So,
but Laura Schwartz, let me ask you this: when Bill Clinton came into the White House and hiked taxes on the upper income, at the time he was doing that into an improving economy. If Hillary Clinton gets into the White House and does what she says she's going to do and hike taxes on the upper income, she will be doing it, by almost anyone's estimates, into a declining economy. That does not seem to be a good prescription.
Well, I think she would balance it out. You know, this 4,000 person job loss number this month demonstrates a lot what she and the other Democratic candidates are talking about and listening to, those working class Americans that are losing jobs. Tracy made a valid point. We've created about 7 or 8 million jobs in the last 6 years, although we've lost 3 million manufacturing full-time jobs with benefits that were replaced by part-time jobs with no benefits. You are going to see consistently out there on the campaign trail, they will look to fiscal responsibility. And something Hillary Clinton's been talking about, and creating jobs by focusing domestically on technology and energy, healthcare and education to create jobs.
Lee, what do you think of that? What do you think of that?
I think, first of all, you can't, of course, any Democrat right now, this is their moment. I mean, look what's happening in the economy. The economy is going to play a big role in the election, and the Democrats are the out party. They're trying to get in. I mean, this is their moment to talk about this stuff. I think Hillary is going to approach this from a populist angle. She's going to talk about raising the minimum wage. She's going to talk about,
which hurts small businesses.
But in terms of,
but you have to understand for a second. Look at the economy right now, and what did we just have? We just had a minimum wage increase, and people lost jobs because of it in this country.
Minimum wage hasn't been increased in 10 years.
Yes,
I mean, that was a foregone conclusion. Even Bush supported it. But getting back to Hillary's point.
Hold on.
Ben, let Lee make her point. I promise I'll get to you.
The bigger picture here is, okay, the job numbers were for 1 month, but, job growth it's a lagging indicator. It confirms trends. It doesn't predict them. So I think you have to pull the camera back.
You reminded me of my dad when I was a kid. I had a good card, and I had all A's. He'd focus on the 1B, Not that I was ever so lucky.
It's not just a B,
but I'm just saying we've had 47 great months, right? So now it's one day with
but look what's happened in the past month. We're not looking at a B situation. We're looking at a possible C or D situation.
All right, let's follow up on that. This is a C or D situation. That's the theme the Democrats are going to push in the election year. We're in a C or D. Ben Ferguson, I should say, a C or D situation with this economy, are we?
Well, you look at the economy right now, and I think the economy's in pretty good shape overall, especially everything that's happening in the housing market and everything else that's going on. And they're going to point this out, but you have to look at the alternative. And what Hillary Clinton is saying is, look how bad this president's economic policy has been. It's been phenomenal for this country. Her alternative is to raise taxes. Her alternative is to put a bigger burden on small business owners with minimum wage increase. How in the world is that going to help the economy? Because all it's going to do is it's going to cut jobs of middle Americans, just like they're claiming this Bush policy is doing, which has not. Yes, things have been not perfect lately, but overall it has been phenomenal considering
guys,
what we've been doing around the world.
Are we going,
Ben, but not for the majority of the country.
Lord, please, I want to just focus on something. Ben, you're an economist, right? I want to ask you if by November 2008 we are going to be in a recession.
I doubt it very, very much. And you know, proportion is a very important thing in life. The job loss that was announced today is roughly 1,000ths of 1% of the labor
Thank
force.
you.
It isn't a very big thing, and it's not. And by the way, to Charles Payne's very excellent point, Hillary is not going to do anything dramatic about the economy. She is so in the pocket of Wall Street and the hedge funds. She's been taking so much money from them. She has so much that owed to them. She's not going to do anything.
Laura Schwartz, let me get this sense then that this might be making a bigger deal out of a little deal.
Not according to everyday Americans out there in the campaign. Listen, the working class, the backbone of our economy, the middle class, are those that feel most left out by this current administration, and they want return to both shared prosperity and fiscal discipline. And that fiscal discipline is what's going to make independents want to vote Democratic, because the economy is going to be the #1 issue next year.
The child tax credit didn't leave anyone out, and it didn't just go after rich people. I'm so tired of people saying that the Bush tax cuts only help the rich people. A child tax credit helps everyone.
When you know what, when you talk over each other, guys, you know what? It stops, just like now. All right, you want to keep America great? Then force our kids to pick a career before they are old enough to drive. Where do you hear who is saying that and why?